Hi everyone, I am back to show you how I cap and why I do it the way I do it. So what I did here is I removed gel polish from my nail and I wiped it with a prep solution, and here it is. So first I'm going to apply the base coat, and for this I'm using the C&D Creative Play. So I'm going to apply it thin. And forgive me, I can't really talk when I'm polishing, so I'm going to be a little quiet. So this is supposed to be nice and thin. Always make sure that the sides, because very often when I see newer nail techs working, they kind of like lift off the brush like when they're here too quickly and they don't get the sides. So I always turn the nail so you don't have to kind of hold the nail just like this. You have to hold it to the side as well. So yeah, it looks even. I'm gonna cure it. Okay, now I'm gonna use this red shade, which is, it's called Berry Busy. My God, it's hard to pronounce this. And I'm using a darker color on purpose to show you, because light color you wouldn't really probably see it. So as we're polishing, look at this. Of course I have to hit the skin when I'm doing this. I'm not trying to be, well, I am trying to be perfect, but you know what I mean. It's not going to be perfect. So so now the product is here, right? It's applied. So what happens, gel normally kind of rounds itself off. And you see how it's starting to pull away? I'm gonna actually later on do a close-up. So it's pulling away. I don't know why that happens. So let's say if you just kind of go like this, and by the time you are done polishing all the other nails, when you look from the side, you see that it's already again pulling away. Okay, you can see how the edge is just, it's actually figures, it's when I'm making the video, make me a liar, but the edge is a little bit transparent. It just doesn't sit really snug on the free edge. So I don't know even how I came up with this, but I'm gonna again brush it through so there is no bulge here on the end. So yeah, so what happens is when you apply it again here, the gel bounces back and it gives you that ledge. So what I'm gonna do is, and it happens with a lot of products, so I'm not saying this only happens with this one. So I'm gonna make it nice and flat. You see how now it's flat? There is no bulge. And now I'm gonna flash cure it. So usually what I do is flash cure it for like 3 seconds, just so the product stops moving. So it's not cured, but it's not moving anymore. So as you can see, it's not moving anymore. So now the free edge is a little bit exposed. And these brushes are the best. And I'm gonna put this away. See how it's clear a little bit? So what I do is with the empty brush, like I barely have anything on the brush, because you don't want to create like a huge, amount of gel there. You see how nicely, and sometimes what I do is I kind of reach it all the way here and here as well. And now, let's even wait. This is not budging anymore. You see? Let's just even wait for a few seconds. It's not going anywhere. And yes, it looks like there was a little ledge. Let me just turn the lamp. So it looks like there was a little ledge on the end, but then when you put the second coat, the ledge almost creates like a nice border on the end. So the gel flows into the middle and it evens out with that bulge and doesn't kind of go over that bulge, if you know what I mean. So it actually ends up looking always very, very sharp, because when you have a free edge that rounds off, it kind of makes the nail look like a chiclet, right? It makes it look thick. And when the line of light is straight all across and it's even, it makes the nail look like it's a thin nail. So for the sake of the experiment here, let's just say that this is cured, because I have nothing to talk about anymore. And let's do the second coat, and this coat will cover the cuticle area. So this is kind of a little bit transparent here. And again, I can't talk as I'm polishing. Why can't all companies use these brushes? Because this makes our life, I can't even tell you how much easier. I'm going to actually show you the top coat as well, because I like the top coat. So I have this little handy little tool that I discovered, and it's nice for cleaning up these little imperfections in a gel. I just don't wipe it with acetone, obviously, because it would mess up the tip. And I'm going to use the top coat. And it depends on the top coat. Sometimes I actually do a little bit of at the end, capping of the top coat without flash curing it. And I usually don't have the issue with the top coat going kind of bulgy, but you have to be very careful, because sometimes I see when people kind of really apply a lot of gel on the end, they just kind of swipe it side to side, and I just find that creates a little kind of a ledge. And what I also heard from a friend of mine, Lana, she actually flash cures each finger with her top coat, and I get it, because you know what, if you want to be perfect, you can do that to make sure, because gel is funny that way. As you are polishing it, it kind of stays where you put it just for a few seconds, and then it kind of tends to round off, because these products are self-leveling, right? So this top coat is amazing, actually, but it's amazing on top of this product, not on top of shellac, because I tried it and it doesn't work. Because you can apply it super thin, and I find that it doesn't, the top coat doesn't thicken, because it's pure gel. And yeah, so this top coat, it's a pure gel, so it doesn't thicken up over time. So I just wish Creative Play had more colors, because the polishes that they do have, the line is pretty limited, I would say, when it comes to certain colors. Actually, too bad that I didn't swatch the black color. Darn it. Because I just received the black recently and I haven't used it yet, and I wanted to test it. And that happens very often with the black color. So the black colors tend to be a little finicky sometimes. And I just wanted to finish curing this one, and I'm going to wipe the nails to show you how it all turned out and how thin the product is on the free edge. Can you see? That's how it looks. There is no, let's just wipe this. There's no free edge visible. Okay, so this is the capping. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? If that made any sense. All right, thank you so much for watching, and bye.